In this video, I'm going to transform this raw looking footage into an amazing looking color graded one that could feature in all your major projects. I've already imported my footage into Adobe Premiere Pro right here. So I'm going to select my footage, and the first thing I'd like to do is to move to the Lumetri color tab, and under basic color correction and under input LUTs, I like to drop down and select Alexa default log to Rec 709. This is mainly supposed to transform my raw footage into a Rec 709 footage that makes it ready for the next step, that is basic color correction. Before we move to the next step, I'm going to right click on Lumetri color and rename it to Rec 709. We'll go back to our Lumetri color tab, and I'm going to add another Lumetri color effect and rename it to basic color. All right, under basic color, we are going to check our white balance, exposure, contrast, highlights, shadows, whites and blacks. For this tutorial, I like my footage to look a little darker and moody, so I'm going to reduce my exposure just a little bit, increase my contrast slightly, increase the highlights because I like the highlights to look sharp and bright, right? I'm going to reduce the shadows a little to make it moody, increase the white slightly, and reduce the blacks to make the blacks look a little more black, right? The next thing I like to do under my basic color is to check my white balance, and with that I'm going to click the eyedropper tool here and click any white spots in the video. And this is what the software is giving me, but I like to make it a little bit cool, so I'll push the temperature to the left side towards the blues. I think this is okay. I like to reduce the saturation slightly. This was how our footage was looking initially. We added our Rec 709 and then our basic color correction, right? We're going to add another Lumetri color effect and rename this to curves. And under the curves, I like to just reduce my shadows slightly and increase my highlights slightly just to create a slight S-curve, right? The next thing would be to target our skin. I'm going to add another Lumetri color effect, rename it skin. And for skin, just make sure you have the skin Lumetri color effect selected, and under that we're going to go to HSL secondary. Using the first eyedropper tool, we'll click any area of the skin, right? And to make sure it is selected, you need to check this box right here. You can see not all the skin areas also was selected. So the next thing will be to select the eyedropper tool with the plus sign and click on another skin area, click, hold and drag across. Because there are a lot of browns in the background as well, don't worry when you see some parts or areas in the background being selected. All right, I'm going to uncheck the box and see if we have more areas to select. So you can see the neck area here, that's almost close to the color of the chair here. So I'm thinking if I'm able to select this, the chair will also be selected as well. All right, so let's try that. Because I predicted the chair is getting selected, but do not worry. We can easily duplicate this video and create a mask so we avoid this whole right side of the clip. But for the purposes of this tutorial, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave it like this, though it's not perfect. The next thing will be to increase the denoise. Increasing the slider reduces the noise in the shadow areas, and then I'm going to increase the blur. Increasing the blur would also help the deselected areas to select, in the sense that some of the selected areas would blur and bleed into the deselected areas, right? So this is how it's going to look. It's going to have a nice blend. I'm going to go down and I like to darken the skin a little. I'm going to move this slider down, and also for the skin area I like to move it towards the orange side, right? So this is fine for me. For color temperature, let's try making it a lot more warm. Let's see how this looks. All right, not bad. For color contrasts, I think for now let me just reduce it a little. Let's see how it looks. Okay, so we don't want to reduce it too much, so slightly. I'm going to sharpen it a little and also reduce the saturation and take it to like 90. I like to add some warmth to the skin, a lot more warmth. So I'm going to increase the temperature of the skin area. Let's turn it off and on and see what we've done. Right, so now this is where we started from. This is with Rec 709 with basic color, with curves, and then with skin correction. The last thing I like to do is to add like an overall color grade, right? So I'm going to add another Lumetri color effect. Right click and rename it to grade. And make sure the grade is selected, your footage is also selected. Go under creative, and we're going to find a cool look that we can possibly use for this clip. Let's see something like this. All right, it's already looking dark, but I'm going to reduce the intensity. I like to add just a little bit of that, not too much, just to add that moody effect to our clip. And just like that, we're able to transform this raw, boring looking footage into an amazing color graded one with just a few simple steps. I'm going to catch you in my next episode. Remember to subscribe to my channel to show some support. Also like the video, share with other creatives to learn a thing or two, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Peace out.